Hey guys, Rich from Over the Fender Garage. We are going to start today on the door panels. I've gone over a few ideas here, and I think I've come up with one that's pretty cool. I took this piece up here and I cut it down, so now it's only about 1 inch wide. So when you close the door, it should be about 1/4 inch. So this will all nice swoop in there. I can kind of swoop this one down or something right in that corner. I'm not sure yet. That's not really difficult. But this piece here will go drop down and then onto the kick panel. And then this will be the armrest right here. And this will be pushed out. It'll probably, the armrest width 2.5, 3 inches, whatever. So I decided to do that, and then this part will swoop down, and this will get skinnier as it goes down, somewhere around there on all that. And then maybe keep that 1 inch all the way around it. Do a sunken panel down here below. Something like this, maybe. Like that. I think that'll show up over there. I'm not sure. If I bring it over here, I can't see anything. And then I'm gonna move this handle, but the handle, instead of having it up here, I'll put the handle like right in this area, like that. So your armrest will be here, the main part of it, will be right above it. And then this one here will come up like this and go straight. This one here will come up and then go straight. The lower part of the armrest will come straight. Kind of the idea I've got. And this piece here, this will fade off as it's coming back here to probably about 1/2 inch thick, something like that, if you can imagine that in your head. And then this piece on here will be the same thickness as the lower part of the door panel. And then in here further, this will just be, the normal panel. But that's kind of the idea I got. I think it sounds like a pretty good plan. I'll put some lines in here, this one. And then through here, I'll put the line like this and across that panel. And maybe something like this. Like this. But the center one, I take a strip of aluminum right through here on the handle, and I'll bend this piece to go down and then straight through there. Something like that. I think that should look pretty cool. Sounds like I got a good plan. I close the door and see what it looks like over there. And see that one, they're really small, but it's still working there. But I think that looks pretty good. It's not bad. So I guess next thing I need to do is like take a piece of paper and put it on a piece of paper or something, or draw it out on the door panel. But I like it. I like it. It came out pretty good in my head. It's a little different than what I had originally planned, but that's all right. It's close in that range. All right, there is a quick representation of the little idea I got going on here. I'll go take a look at it from the other side. Close that up. See how it looks. Look at that. I think it looks pretty good. It's getting close. That blue tape is downhill. I didn't move it. But what I would do looking at it from here is I would take this part right here. It's going uphill too fast. I would slow that down, bring that down, that right there, bring that down to about 1 inch, 1.5 inches, so it's not so steep. That would clean that up and bring that one down a little bit, or bring it up and shrink that down a little bit. So those lines aren't so far apart. So right now, I think they're 2 inches. I just did this quick. Well, the idea was in my head to bring those down to 1.25 inches. Something like that. Oh, I didn't draw the handle on there. Okay, we'll call that the handle. That's where the handle would be. And of course the air compressor starts. All right, since I had to shut the air compressor off, I made little slight changes on there. I moved that down about 1.5 inches, that spot right there. I moved it down. So now it's further back. It's less, now it's more. The only thing I didn't do was shrink it down. But if I shrink those down a little bit, more gentle of a curve, I think it looks good. Do a little door handle on there, which would be forward some. This one right here would be forward. It'd probably be about right here because I want it to meet the dash. Right now it's past the dash, but I think that looks pretty cool. It's not a bad idea. So kind of start mocking something up for that, see where it goes. Well, I can't tell until I see something on it, but I think it looks pretty good. It's not bad. And that way it's not too obtrusive into the cabin. Otherwise it'll be too much the other way. But I like it. I like it. It's coming around. It's coming around. I'm kind of liking it. I'm digging some of it. I'm not digging some other parts of it. Let's see here. It's just showing up on there. I don't know. I can't see it in the camera, so it might be on there. Oh, either way, I'll finish doing what I'm doing here. I got this here. There's like a swoopy line here. This would be the top of my door. And I'll kind of put a little design inside of that. And then I've got the front goes down, handle, armrest, and then my lower piece here. What I'm not digging here is where this drops off and then goes straight in. And I'll show you if it can be seen from the inside here. Let's see here. Oh, let's see if you can see it better. See, that piece there looks good. I like the top. I might make this go up a little bit as it's going towards the back. Armrest is a fixed thing. Can't really do anything with that. But the swoop, I'm kind of just not digging it. Bottom piece looks good. I just don't know. But take this here and maybe round this off like this, like the dash has got kind of that circle in it. So put the circle in that. It was kind of the original idea I had in the door panels. Circle end on it. And kind of bring all that together that way. I don't know. I mean, it's not bad looking. It looks pretty good. It just doesn't, that's the problem when you're doing 3-dimensional door panels. It'll throw you off until you start getting some of it done. Those will shoot into it down there. I don't know. Got to think about that a little bit. All right, I got a brainstorm. I think I figured it out. I'm gonna take off this swoopy part. I'm gonna take the door handle, the armrest, and all this will fade out as it's going up this way. But I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna run it up to here and have it swoop back. And then this one here, I'll shrink this little spot down and right into there. It'll kind of give it a little bullet look on it. I'll have to move it to where it meets this handle. So it'll have to come up to about right here. Kind of like this. Like that. So the center of this handle is right there. I'll redraw this with a Sharpie, just in case you can't see this. I think that might work. All right, let me grab a Sharpie and I'll hit this with a Sharpie. Okay, I got a Sharpie and the camera's on a stand, so I can do this. All right, what I got here, this is the armrest here. So what I originally have, this line right here, just basically represents the approximate area where the armrest would stop, you know, kind of fades out. And then this into this lower panel, which I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. Very big doors, trying to make it so it's not overwhelming, but I'll shrink these down a little bit. I think I'll take it, I have it right now, I think I've got it at 8 inches, I think this is. I'm going to shrink it down to like 6, I think. Something like that. But I might like it now I can see it. Close the door. Let's see. This one here. I don't know if I should put that other one on there. I guess I could do it this way. Oh, I'll do it this way. I'll show you the original first. Get a piece of paper and cover it up. This one goes here. There's like a little, kind of a little swoopy design in here. Give the door panel a little character, like this. This is where the dash is, so this is a fixed point. Can't do anything with that. So this one here, it went like this, and then it's got the lines. Basically the one I showed you before. We were figuring it out yesterday. It's basic, and now I got it drawn out. I kind of don't like that. But what I got is if I take this armrest right here, let me make this a little bigger. Like that, kind of give it a little armrest contour sort of thing. If I take this here, and I go up, around that, and then back up into there, kind of give it a little bullet shape, like that, and then bring this one up a little higher. I'm digging that. And then this will have to move up a little bit. I've got it too low on here. Piece there, piece there, piece there, like that. I'm digging that. Cool. Now I like that. All right. And then this piece right here would go up to this. It'd be a little lower. So this will be sticking out a little further. So there'd be a little bit of a shadow kind of line here. So you see it's 3 dimensions, and this will go into it. This will be a sunk panel. Armrest come down to right around here is where I want to have basically the bottom of the armrest, so that this around the bottom is all about the same size. That's my thinking. Let's close the door and see what it looks like. With the Sharpie now I can see it. Like, go, camera. All right, let's go take a look at it. I'm kind of digging that. It's a good idea there. All right, yeah, there it is. That's it. Look at that. Much better, much better. I dig that. So you move that up a little bit, so that's right, and get those equal. So it's a bullet shape. Might be able to pull it back a little bit further. If I moved it back, maybe an inch, inch and a half. Yeah, I like that. That looks pretty cool. All right, I think I found it. I think I found it. Well, let's take this one back over to the table and draw it up. All right, I think I struck gold. I'm digging what I just changed it to. Check that out. Much, much better. I kind of highlighted where the armrest is. Kind of give it a little texture. Down at the bottom, same thing. I'm digging that. That looks pretty good. I like it. All right, let's go open the door and take a look at it. Came out much nicer than the other one. Bam! Much better, much better. And see, if I wanted to, I could actually make the bullet now. I could actually make this bigger. I could bring that up an inch. Have to redraw it one more time better instead of doing a quick one. But I like that. That looks good. Very, very cool. All right. That's one. Oh, I could put the... Let me draw those lines on there real quick. All right. Now, there's one. Actually, I should say, there's one without the bullet shape on there. That would be one. There's one, two. Boom. Much, much better. Cool. Coolidge, Coolidge. I like that. So, on to making that door panel. No. Yes. That one's just a little too loud. Doesn't quite fit the truck. This is more modern looking. So there it is. That's the door panel I'm gonna make right there. Cool deal. Get on that. Okay, I've got my door panel piece all cut up here. Each little section is cut out to how I want it. So like that. So now I'll take all these pieces. This piece here. This one here is a raised section. So put it on here. I should be able to get both. Ooh, nope. All right, not gonna waste that piece. That one will be raised and this one will be raised. So I should be able to get this one out of here. This one I can run right basically up to the top. That'll be good. So we'll do that one. I have to grab a full sheet here to do the other ones. panel back. This panel on here, these are all overcut, so I'll have an overhang over all the edges here. That way I can grind this down to the right size perfectly instead of trying to get it exactly on. So I can move it around back and forth if I have to or whatnot. And then this one here, up here, like so. So there's those two. So I'm gonna have this piece of the panel be lower than this piece right here. So it'll be up above it like that. And this will be kind of rounded down. All the corner, you know, all the edges here will be rounded off. And then and then this piece will be lower. And this piece will be lower. Like that. Like that. Should give a pretty nice little detail. Everything is oversized a little bit. I left about 1/8 around the outside, 1/16. You can final sand everything to size by hand. The only one that's not here is my armrest piece and this one right here. These two are cut perfect. So all I gotta do is kind of finish these out right here. Get them butted together. I need to make this so it fits the curvature of the panel. If you look in there, you see how much curve that's got. Ouch! How much curve that's got in that little area. So I'll take a little bit out of probably the top here to get this down to that range. But other than that, they're ready to go. See this one here sitting up on top right here where it goes under there. See that? That's how much I got to get out of it. So I'll grind a little butt off the back side right here, and then I'll grind some of the back off on this one here. So it gets flatter on there. So this is up a little higher. It gives you that nice little shadow like that. Okay, now I've got my pre-panel assembly here, and I've gone and marked out where this one sets. And I am going to tack this on here. Now, I want to take it. Oh, I just bumped it. Got that one there. This one here. That. I'm going to do here is, what the hell is it? There it is. Oh gosh. I am going to take a drill bit. Put a hole there and a nail. So now I have, need a little bit bigger drill bit. Now I have an alignment. So I can flip it over, put a couple of screws through the back to hold it. Damn. Have to get a little bit bigger drill bit. Yeah, that one will work. All right. Now, we can stand this up. Give it a flip. Put a couple screws in there to hold it. Not worried about holes or anything. We can fix the holes. And now I can trim this back piece that's not trimmed. I can give myself a mark, because now it'll always fall back in the same place. So I'll give myself a cut mark. Cut that extra off on that one. Now this is, want the top one here. Do the same thing. Should be able to get it in there good. Do a door panel like this, it's always nice to have these patterns, just like doing a seat. Pattern helps out a lot. All right, now we do the same thing. A couple little drill holes and screw that one on. Bit in there. Go, go, go. All right, just like that. Now, flip this over. Screws are all mess here. There. This one I'll put down here. All right, now I can go hang this back on the truck. After I cut these off here, and we'll see how it looks. Make sure it all looks good. It should. All right, take these off and trim them up, put it on the truck. Check it out. Same thing here. Drill bit. that fast. And now you know it's exactly the same spot. Put a clamp on it, flip it over, and screw it on again. Down. Take that way. One thing you do gotta watch out for is when the screws dimple it. Right there's a dimple, there's a dimple. And make sure to knock those things off. That one. Always goes back to the right spot now. Well, there it is. Looks pretty good on there. Yeah. Armrest. I'm going to make this armrest out of foam and then fiberglass over it. Kind of keep the weight down on the door panel so it's not too damn heavy. But that looks pretty good. I don't know. I might do it out of wood. I always kind of try different things sometimes. Doing fiberglass over the top of this would make it very light. And then it would make it really easy to put a pad on top, because I could cut this back open, get up in there to put screws on a pad instead of having the door panel be part of the armrest. It'd be a separate piece. So it's something I'm going to try on this one. Normally I make this piece as one. On other ones I've done where the armrest top is part of the door panel itself. But this way here, I'd be able to change the pad easily. So I'm going to try it on this one. Experiment. So while you learn how to do this stuff. But let's walk over the other side. Not going to close all the way. This does not fit. But let's go over here and see what it looks like. And boom. I like it. It's looking good. Looking good. All right. So what I'll do is, you see that one piece that comes off. I'll take that one piece. I mean, you're barely going to be able to see it, but I'll put it on that. And, or maybe just take that piece. We'll do the box like that. We'll do a little box on that, so it matches that one. I don't know. Kind of like that. We'll see. Not a big deal. Might just leave it flat. But that looks good. I like that. It's going in the right direction now. So the next part is I'm going to be making the armrest and get that done. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably double up right in this spot to make this piece a little thicker. So I got the shadow that I want right here. I got a little bit of room there, and it won't come back very far, probably about right here, because then I'm going to put my little detail into the door panel that I'm going to put. Excellent. I like it. Okay, there's the detail on the door. Checking out how it looks, make sure I like it. No reason to get too far, but it's looking good, I like it. Once it's all ground down to where it should be, it fades out towards the back. That'll look pretty cool on there. Definitely adds something to the door panel. What I should do next is stick my armrest on there, just so I got a full view of what it looks like. So I might just do that now. But it's coming along pretty good, I like it. Let's go stick the armrest on it. Okay, now I've been sitting here looking at it for a few minutes, making sure everything's going right, if I liked it all. I am gonna make one change though. When I pattern this one out, I cut this one a little shorter than what I had on my detail, and it kind of looks like, you know, it gets too skinny too fast. It's too fat to skinny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop that off right there at that line, and I'm going to bring that detail all the way back like I originally had it. And no. And I'm going to end it somewhere around there. It just, you're sitting here looking at it, it just, see, I tried to draw skinning it up. And now it looks like a tornado or something. So what I'll do is cut that off right around there, and I'll run that piece on there. And that'll fix that little spot right there I need to knock off. But other than that, I like it. It's coming along great. Very, very pleased with that. And see that area there gives me my nice shadow that I want. So, I won't cut that off yet. I'll finish detailing out this piece here probably, and then cut that off. It's one thing nice with the MDF is you just cut that clean, add that in there, because I will body work this when it's all done. I'll put some resin over the top because I want that piece very durable, because it's the most use besides the armrest. So anything like that will be easy to get rid of, any cuts or anything. I have just primered it before, put a couple heavy coats of primer on it, and then body worked over the top of it. But now that primer is getting so damn expensive, and the resin will do exactly the same thing. So I'll use resin on it, and the resin, I can load it on there and that gets sucked up into it. So that is a good direction. I'm liking it. Yeah, think I might do an armrest. The problem when you do the armrest on there, then you got to deal with that being a lump while you're trying to work on it. It's kind of hesitant to do that part right now. So maybe I'll just kind of get it to shape and stick it on there, not glue it. That just gradual steps to get where you're going. Takes a little bit of time. The first panel is always the worst. You're working out the idea and how to do it. That's why I cut the piece and then I'll cut the next piece, so I have both pieces sitting there ready to go. So because once you get that ground down, you don't have a good pattern to go off of anymore. And you don't want to really mess with it too much because you might break it. So I'll cut everything out. So everything I'm doing exactly the same. So I add in that piece on there, I'm doing it twice. So you kind of already got it down in your head on how to do it. So everything I do, I make two of, one for one for the other. I just kind of gradually do them. I'll get the other one ready to go. I'll get it to about the same spot on that. Just so you're not getting too far ahead of yourself and forgetting how you did something. So it's the best way I've found to do it. All right, let's go finish that up, and then we got to do the top of the other one. All right, you notice I'm putting this piece on. I'm putting the screws through the front to hold them instead of through the back with the pin. That's because I've got the two layers. So if I were to drill through and put the holes all the way through, well then on the other side, you either have to mark them or you'll get them in the wrong spot. So you gotta just hold it together with a couple of screws. Take this back off here. See, I've got everything. I got me a little road map in Sharpie on what hole is what. So you're not getting them in the wrong spots. But you gotta take this one off. And then take and put the holes on this side. Put the holes on this side for the alignment pins, because otherwise you won't know which one's which. This one here. Make sure I'm not going through something. Panel. That's all right on there. It's AL alignment front panel, so I know that that's what that one is for. And you gotta make sure you don't run into the other ones. All right, and then run some screws in there, and you're good to go. Ooh, just screws. That's gonna be a good spot. Right here. Just like that. So now, when you go to put this piece back on, you know exactly where that one goes. You put this piece back on, you know where it goes on the panel. Simple. Everything falls into place every time. You don't have to try to reline everything. Really becomes monotonous when you're taking it off, put it back on, trying to use the same holes, and now everything's ready to go. I can take this back off, do a little more grinding on it. I have to trim this spot off. I can do all the trimming I gotta do on it. Get it to about the same as what that one is right there, and then continue on with that one. Or I can continue on, but I'm doing the passenger side. It's easier to walk to. Don't have to walk so far to the truck. But I'll get that piece cut off, I'll get it to about the same area, and then continue on with the panels.